Hello gold farmers, welcome to another Golden farming video. Today we'll be taking a look at one of my favorite outdoor farming locations, and as an outdoor I mean a non-dungeon farm. This is probably one of the best farms that I have really actually ever found. I have covered this a couple of times and it's just absolutely one of my favorite farms out there. The reason why is I don't usually have a whole lot of luck, and I do know a lot of these greens don't necessarily sell, or they don't sell for a whole lot, but there's so much more that you can actually do with those greens. Not to mention the chance you have of actually getting something good to drop is greatly increased just by the amount of greens that you can get in a single hour of farming the bombardment, which is located here in Ice Crown, and it is right here where it's about in the middle of the top, right where the little bridge wall type thing is. Outside of transmog, you get roughly 6 to 7 stacks of Frostweave cloth per hour if you are a tailor. If you're not a tailor, I was averaging around 3 to 4 stacks an hour as a non-tailor, so really good for Frostweave. As you can see, I just picked up a pattern. This location is also really good for patterns as well. I have picked up probably 4 or 5 of a pattern that sells for roughly 60 to 70k. If I can figure out where I put it, it is the pattern of the workman's shirt. And you can get the green one here as well, and I believe there is a blue one, and a couple different colors that you can also get to drop here, and they all sell for roughly the 60 to 70k, which is really nice. And I have actually gotten these patterns to sell for me before, which again is really nice. I love selling patterns over transmog just because I have a lot more luck with selling them. But in an hour of farming, I was able to pick up 76 greens. Yes, a lot of these greens don't really sell for a whole lot, and I can probably post them on the auction house to get a little bit of gold off of them. But instead of doing that, I am going to do what I consider the bombardment shuffle, just because I am taking all of the materials and greens that I am getting from this one location, and I will send them over to my enchanter slash tailor, disenchant all of the greens that I don't want to keep, which I have a couple of them here that I am going to try and sell, and then I'll just send all the rest over to my alt, disenchant them, and make a bunch of Frostweave, or bolts of Frostweave, and turn those bolts of Frostweave into the imbued bolts of Frostweave so I can craft a bunch of Frostweave bags. The Frostweave bag is selling for roughly 300 gold regionally. On my server it is about 275 gold or something like that. And if I have done the math correctly, I have gotten enough of the Frostweave cloth, the raw Frostweave cloth, to craft roughly 20 of these Frostweave bags. So that's about 6k just from the Frostweave, and then I definitely have enough of the infinite dust from disenchanting all of these greens to be able to craft that amount. And then after crafting those roughly 20 Frostweave bags, I should still have roughly a stack to a half stack of the infinite dust left over, which will be selling for about 2k on average. So you're making roughly 10k steadily here. And the reason why I say that is because you actually get quite a bit of raw gold from here as well. So I'd recommend, if you have the amount that you can vendor on, I'd highly recommend that you just vendor all of your trash as opposed to destroying it. The reason why is because every 20 minutes you get roughly 200 vendored trash, or gold in vendored trash. So therefore you'd be getting roughly 600 gold every hour from just vending all of the trash that you get. I know I am destroying it right now, but that's just because I'm trying to make the video and I'm not necessarily too worried about getting rid of or vending the trash that I've been picking up. As far as raw gold goes, I'm usually able to pick up 300 to 400 raw gold from the mobs within 20 minutes, so that's roughly 900 to 1.2k in raw gold, so you're making roughly 2k in raw gold just farming the bombardment. And keep in mind this is just a solo farm as well, so when I have farmed this in a group, which I do plan on trying to do about 5 hours worth of farming the bombardment, so I can see about what I get, and a lot of those will probably be solo farming, but when I did this in a group, I was only able to do it in a group of 2, and the most amount of greens I was able to get in 1 hour of farming with just 2 people was 113 greens. So this is a really good location for greens. And again, they may not sell, but you do have a really high chance of getting some greens that do sell, or maybe even some patterns, or even a toy was able to drop for me here at one point as well. I don't remember the name of the toy. It was a Northern World drop, and unfortunately you can't sell that one on the auction house, but it is still nice to know that epics do drop here as well. That will be all though, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.